Here's a clip of a drippy raven I made. It's done with, the sides were done with a plaster, Venetian plaster from like a Lowe's or Home Depot, and you can just use it for texture. So I just use a spatula to put it on, and it looks really textury on the sides of the raven. And then I painted that black to get the recesses, and then went over top with lighter colors. Like here I'm putting white on. And what I'm doing is a stamping technique that I like to use. And you just take a stamp. It's just any stamp, really, doesn't have to be a certain design or anything. And then you just use it to stamp over parts to give it sort of a different look. As if you were painting, a bunch of different things over top, but you're using the stamp to do it. And it kind of gives a texture as well because it's acrylic paint. It kind of, it has texture when it's like thicker. So that's what I'm doing with the stamp here. And the raven was it was supposed to be a silhouette. I ended up adding blue to it, and then I ended up going back over it and making it a silhouette, which you'll see at the end. And this is just, me kind of painting over it a bunch of times. I just kept painting over and over it. It doesn't have a lot of orange left at the end, in the end result. It was had more yellow, a little more muted, subdued, I would say, at the end. And I made an original mock-up with the AI on the editing app that I use, and that's what I used as a reference photo. It didn't really turn out to look exactly like this, but I used it as a reference photo. The mock-up I did using AI images just that I sort of came up with in my head and then put it together in a design, basically. So that's what I was using as reference, and it was pretty fun to do. I feel like it's kind of hard sometimes to try to imitate a mock-up, but didn't turn out exactly the same. So I also sprayed on the canvas as well with a water bottle and paint. I did a whole bunch of different things on this, and it's a lot of layers. So here's the texture you can see, and some of the colors that I've kind of put on there coming through. And that is the Drippy Raven.